This is Good Morning Mumbai with Rishi K.
The wonderful Sonakshi Sinha is in the house. What's up? How are you?
Thank you. Good.
So, a Shafa Khana is a dawa khana that talks about sex. Is that it?
Well, Khandani means Khandani, jo Khandan mein tha. Shafa Khana means clinic. Shafa means healing. So, jahan par healing hoti hai. And this particular Shafa Khana is a sex clinic. Yes.
And it's crazy that, you've said this in one of your dialogues, saying, India is one of the most populated, second most populated country in the world. And we have a problem even talking about male body parts. Like, if a man wants to say penis or if a woman wants to say vagina, we want to say sex. Such a big issue is made out of it. Why do you think that happens?
I just think that's how we've been conditioned, right? Our minds have been conditioned. That's how we've been brought up. That's what we've been hearing since we are kids. How have we made something that is so normal, that is a fact of life, something because of which you and I are sitting here today? How can we make that thing dirty or taboo and not even be able to speak about it? Which is what this film brings up the question. And for me also, like one of the main reasons that I did this film was that I am also one of those many people who hasn't ever spoken about sex in front of my parents or ever had that conversation with them. And when I read the script, it got me also thinking, that why?
Yeah, I mean, it's the reason we were created.
Exactly.
In the first place.
Exactly.
You're doing a really interesting hashtag, and I want you to tell us about it.
Yes, it's called Baat To Karo, and I wanted to speak about that when I came here. I was like, we're going to the radio and I want to talk about Baat To Karo because that's Baby Beri's hashtag, where she starts to run this sex clinic and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to come forward with their problems. Everybody's hiding, coming in secret. Sex ho gaya hai, gupt gyan, sexual disorder ho gaya, gupt rog. Why are they gupt? So that's why she comes up with this Baat To Karo. And that's exactly what it is.
The song Coca is just totally dope. I mean, there's Badshah, there's you. If I remember correctly, you did Move Your Luck with him.
Yes.
Is that the only time you guys collaborated, or have you done some other stuff together?
No, I think that's the only one that I've done with Badshah, Move Your Luck for Noor. And now it's this one. But in Move Your Luck, I sang a couple of lines.
Correct.
This time I didn't get the chance, which I'm wondering now, why didn't we do? And we should
You
have.
probably never mentioned it. Once you mentioned it, it was just
actually it just never crossed anybody's mind, I think, this time. And we were just too busy in doing our own thing. But I love Coca, however it turned out.
It's
And,
so cool,
just Jessi's voice again and to, Badshah rapping, which is amazing. Hey, look who's calling, Chucha. Should we take his call?
Of course you should.
Let's put him on speaker. Chucha, you're live on radio with Rishi K.
Chucha ji, मैं ऋषि के बोल रहा हूँ. How are you?
बड़े सही टाइम पे फोन किया आपने, because I'm promoting here without you all alone,
Brother, missing you, man.
Baby, I'm missing you, yaar.
अरे we are missing you more, man.
अरे वाह.
जल्दी आ जाओ.
किसी के साथ बात कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे हो?
हम बात तो करो के बारे में ही बात कर रहे थे.
बात तो करो. मैं यहाँ पे पता आगरा में हर जगह बात कर रहा हूँ. बात तो करो.
वेरी गुड. आप वहाँ पे प्रमोट करो, मैं यहाँ पे प्रमोट कर रही हूँ.
सही है.
चलो, I'm calling you.
Chalo, bye Varun. See you. Yeah. So,
What timing?
Yeah, total great timing.
Yeah.
And the challenge has just gone through the roof. I mean, there are kids who are dancing. There's a tabalchi who's coming and playing the tabla.
Yeah, awesome.
You must be really overwhelmed with
It's
that.
amazing, like the kind of response, and I love it when there's so much talent out there, and when people do this for a song, and when they love a song, especially so much from your film, it's an amazing feeling. So I'm loving the Coca challenge, guys. If you're listening, please send in your videos also, and tag me, and I'm going to post it.
Asli Sona on Insta. You're not following her. You don't know what's happening. But really, I'm so surprised with Badshah's acting chops. I mean, you would imagine that he does act because in music videos they all act.
Of course.
But he's got this whole gangster thing going. And what do you think of his acting chops?
I think nobody could have was more apt for this role of Gabru Ghatak, and he's playing a souped up, ramped up version of himself on steroids. like flamboyant and like fully gangster, wearing these gold chains and like fur coats and like completely bizarre version of Badshah. But he's done such a good job. And honestly, when I was reading the script only, when I was reading his character, I was like, you know what, Badshah would be ideal for this role. And I'm so glad that they got him for this film.
So, you're so good at this Panju Pop thing. I mean, I've seen a Meet Brothers video, a Honey Singh video, the Badshah and Diljit video, and now this one.
Yeah.
What's your playlist like? I mean, is it Punjabi pop, bits of it, or bits of everything?
My playlist is Punjabi. I only listen to Punjabi music. I'm in love with it. I don't know. I feel like I have very Punjabi traits also. I don't know how I'm not actually Punjabi, but I call myself a wannabe Punjabi because I listen to Punjabi music. People tell me I look Punjabi. Food habits. I like Punjabi boys. It's just everything Punjabi about me.
No, but you're really a perfect fit for it because if you look at what's happening with the Punjabi movement, it's become very gangster.
Yeah.
So you look at Eminem and Jay-Z and all these guys, and you see Diljit and
Yeah,
Badshah.
completely.
And I think you just fit in so perfectly.
Thanks.
You're like the Cardi B of the generation.
Oh my God, no!
You are it.
I'm the Sonakshi Sinha of my generation, man.
Which is even better.
Yeah.
Which is even better.
But
So
thanks, that's a lovely compliment.
I know May was really hectic for you. You
Yeah.
also went out canvassing for your mom.
I did.
Do you enjoy it, or is it just because of family, or do you like hitting the road?
That was completely just because it's family. I'm a very apolitical person. I mean, I know what's happening in the country. I'm aware and all because obviously my parents are bang in the middle of it. But when I went out for my mother, I went as a daughter because she needed my support. And that's...
And it's a lovely frame, mother and daughter. Both of you
Yeah,
are so lovely.
it was amazing. It's quite surreal actually, and I was just so happy to see my mom finally doing what she's wanted to do for such a long time. And she's a real people's person, and she wants to do good for people. And I was just so happy seeing her over there.
And Varun, who just called.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the kind of guy who would walk into a room and he ends up just starting to laugh.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't
Yeah,
seen Fukre.
yeah.
And he plays your brother. I love his hairdo. What is it? He's got,
Oh,
he's got
that is
extensions
a
on.
whole... Yeah, he does. It's a whole different story. We wanted him to be that completely irritating, useless fellow who just like watches movies and copies hairstyles. So he's one of those guys. But what a guy. Again, like I can't see anybody else playing this role except for him. And he's such a genuine, sweet person and all-round funny guy. He only wants to laugh and make people laugh, which is the best quality about him, I think.
And I find that you seamlessly move with very different kinds of people, and you can just be buddies with anybody. I
Yeah.
mean, he's very Delhi.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a Bombay girl.
Yeah, fully.
And you seem to be getting along really well with him. I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
We got along like a house on fire. I didn't know Chucha from Adam before we started doing this film, and we just hit it off like we've known each other for years. So that's really nice, and to have someone. He's also very easygoing like me. So I think we've just connected on some wavelength. Yeah.
There are also some stalwarts in this film. I mean, there's Nadira Zahir Babbarji, there's Annu Kapoor, there's even Mr. Kulbhushan Kharbanda. So
Yes.
just being on a set with all these people.
It was amazing. I mean, we've heard so much about them. Their work has like spoken for them for so many years. It was an absolute pleasure, really. And everybody just fell into place so beautifully in this film. They just became their characters, So yeah, it was a surreal feeling, like sharing the same screen space with all these amazing people.
I love your fashion sense. And it's so natural that you would end up doing a show on fashion. What are you wearing now, for example? Just
Thank
credits.
you. I'm wearing Ikai by Ragini Khanna. I love denim, and for me, comfort comes first before anything. So I have to be comfortable in what I'm wearing, and that is my first prerequisite before I choose an outfit. Is it comfortable or not? If it's not comfortable, no matter how amazing it looks, I will just not wear it.
So, given that you had a background in fashion and you studied fashion designing, and then now you become this big star, you've gone back into that. I mean, what is this fashion show that you're doing? I mean, it's a reality show.
It's
isn't it?
actually really fun. It's something that's never been done before, and I love doing things like that, obviously, which have not been explored. It's a reality show on influencers. We're like there's a whole outbreak of them now on social media, and it just accumulates a lot of interesting things together, like fashion, like content, social media, stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting even for me, because even I am quite active on social media. So it's a fun show, and it's about fashion as well. So
all your fans are asking why you're not in the Sheher Ki Ladki video. I mean, it's great that Diana has done a great job,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Badsha has done a great job, and Mr. Shetty as well as Mrs. Tandon are there.
Yeah.
Why aren't you in it?
because, well, our film is obviously not the kind of film where we just put in a song for the sake of it. It's content driven. It talks about a very important subject. Sheher Ki Ladki is actually a video by Gabru Ghatak. So that's why
Oh.
Baby Baby couldn't be in it. Yeah.
No spoilers there. But then
No, it's not a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler.
It's Gabru
Yeah.
Ghatak's video.
It's his video.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that is so cool. And how good are they looking? My God, it's amazing.
Can you believe it? I think they're looking like better than they ever have.
Do you have any early memories of the song? I mean, when you were a kid,
I mean, yeah, we've grown up listening to these
you
songs.
go in an
yeah.
auto, listening to Bharat and Himesh.
Yeah, and I mean, Ravina and Mia actually related. She's like second or third cousins with my mom.
Oh, the Sindhi connection.
Yeah, the Sindhi connection. So I love her, and honestly, like she gifted me my nose ring, which I wore for my first film 9 years back, and I always remember her. She was so sweet. I told her I love your nose pin, and she just like gave it to me, and
That's a sign of a large-hearted person.
yeah, absolutely.
Then everybody says that about you. Ask every media person. Sonakshi is the nice girl.
How sweet.
It's wonderful. And kudos to your parents. I'm sure they love hearing that.
Yeah, they do.
Well brought up girl.
They do. Please say it loud and clear, because at home, we are the worst children. No, ladki. But when they hear it from outside, they feel very proud. Like, you see, you're the only one who doesn't think your own daughter is good.
And speaking of clothes, I love the fact that you're giving away a lot to charity. Alia and yourself are doing this
Yeah.
wonderful thing.
That-
so where did that
that's
stem
all
from?
her.
She just picked up the phone and called you
Yeah,
and said,
she
let's
just
do
called
this?
me. So she's doing this lovely initiative with Coexist, and I think it's really nice and really great when somebody like her, who's so well connected with the youth of the country, lends their voice to a cause like this. And she just called me up. She's like, Sona, I'm doing this thing, and you know what? I think it's about time you cleaned your wardrobe and all. I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. And my mom always just like is on my case to clean my wardrobe, and I've never gotten down to do it because I've been so busy. So I was like, you know what? This is an amazing thing. I'll do it. So I just got out like these 2 big cartons of clothes, and which I wasn't using, and which would have probably gone to waste, and they told me that they'd end up in landfills, and like it's a complete waste. So why not give it to someone who actually needs it? And that was amazing. So I was more than happy to help.
That's
her.
lovely. So many filmmakers trust their entire film to go on your shoulders. I mean, you've had all these solo heroine films, which are, Akira, Noor, and now this one. And it must feel very special that you're actually championing a cause here,
Yeah.
which we didn't talk about at the top.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been films like Vicky Donor, where Ayushman's done a great job, Shubmangal Savdan. But the fact that a woman is at the center of a discussion. Like, for example, there's a play called Vagina Monologues. And I
Yeah.
think it's amazing that there are women
Yeah.
on stage talking about that.
Yeah.
So that must feel special.
It actually does, it really does. And what's even more special is that this film is made by a woman as well. Shilpi Dasgupta, she's my
Not
director.
much is known about her, so just tell us a
She's
little
very
bit.
low key. She's the shyest person you'll ever meet. She doesn't want to be seen out in public, doesn't want to get her pictures clicked. She's the sweetest. Oh my god, she's such an amazing human being. And I feel the kind of sensibility and sensitivity with which she made this film, I don't think a man could have done. And you know what? There's a very thin line between like talking sense and actually bringing up a topic without this kind of a topic, especially without making it like vulgar or sexual or like making people uncomfortable. She's treated it so well, and she made me also so comfortable while I was doing the film, because there are certain dialogues and certain things that I had to say which initially I was not comfortable with, and especially when you're in a unit full of men and you're like, there are like 3-4 women on set. Me, her, and a couple of ADs maybe. That's it. So she made me so comfortable, and honestly that's when I realized that this is what this film is also about, that why am I feeling uncomfortable saying these things which are so normal.
a bit about Baby Bedi.
I love the name.
What a cool name.
I want to change my name.
She's actually
only.
Babita Bedi, but she's
No,
Baby
no, no.
Bedi.
She's Baby Bedi.
What are you
I don't know
saying?
who is this one person who has said नहीं baby तो नाम हो ही नहीं सकता.
must
मैं
be
बबीता-
Wikipedia. Wikipedia
Yeah.
has all the wrong
मैं
information.
बबीता रख देता हूँ खुद से अपने आप से अपना दिमाग चला के. It's Baby Bedi. Yeah.
It's like lovely. A lovely university.
Yeah,
Love
Punjabis
Baby
have
Bedi.
these amazing,
Yeah.
cute nicknames. Yeah, but her name is only Baby Bedi.
So Baby is a medical representative, and
Yes.
and she's obviously a strong woman because she's taking care of her family
Absolutely.
and a useless brother.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, absolutely. She's. I feel like a lot of girls today will relate to her because she's a girl who. Somewhere in her childhood had hopes and dreams of becoming a doctor when she grows up, but that didn't materialize because she got busy with her family responsibilities. She's taking care of her house, her mother, her brother, all by herself. She has to work, and then eventually she goes back to her calling and how she kind of follows the path to her dreams again. So I feel a lot of girls, I think guys also will relate to that because there's so many boys also who end up losing out on their dreams because they have to support their families. So she's a very relatable character.
Kalank not working, did it affect you a lot, or you're
mean,
positive Sona
No,
saying
no,
it's okay?
You
yeah?
have to be positive, and especially in this line, where the box office or the verdict of a film is not in your hands. You can't help it. But of course, as somebody who's connected to the film, who's been a part of the film, you feel bad when it doesn't do well because you want people to watch your film, right? So yeah, you feel bad, but you move on eventually because by the time the film releases, you've already gone to your next film. You're working on that. You're being positive about that. So it's okay. It happens. It's a part of everyone's life.
And 6 years of Lutera, it must hold a special place in your heart.
The
yeah?
specialist. Yeah, the most
So
special.
did Vikram, you and Ranveer just call each other and say wish each other and whatever?
I think we just went crazy on social media,
That I
like
know.
tagging and tweeting each other, and like it was just overwhelming. And I was just reading all the comments and all, and that film is so special to so many people, and it was just a magical experience even for me. Yeah.
No matter what you do, it's always going to be in your top 5. Irrespective of how, and you are going to keep bettering yourself. But I'm just saying, in your filmography,
top 5, I would say top 3.
Top 3 definitely. Yeah. And that shoot with Madhuri ma'am and Alia and yourself.
Oh wow, that was
Picturesque
amazing.
photograph. How was it? I mean, you're like you bridge the gap.
It was amazing.
Between, Alia.
it was amazing, and it was so nice. Like 3 generations of actors, and it was a lot of fun. First of all, and like for me to be in the same frame with Madhuri ma'am is like a dream come true. We've grown up watching her work. I mean, look at her body of work and just the person that she is and that beautiful smile. And I'm someone who's so fond of Alia. I think she is the most talented actress we have today, and it was just really wonderful working with them.
And what a year you're going to have. Mission Mangal, Dabang 3.
Yeah.
You filmed for everything already,
Yeah.
So, keeping your fingers crossed or
Yeah.
really feeling positive about it?
Feeling very, very positive about it. And this year, it's been quite a whirlwind for me. I'm going to have 4 releases. Kalank is already released. Now Khandani Shafa Khana is on August 2nd. Mission Mangal is on August 15th. Dabang 3 is in December.
Which you are again emotionally attached to. This is your
Yeah,
first
of
film,
course. It's
the
my first one.
franchise.
And fun fact, Dabang 3 is going to be my 25th film.
Wow!
Silver Jubilee, Dabang.
Awesome!
Imagine Dabang to Dabang. It's like life has come full circle.
So are Badsha and you buddies? I forgot to ask that. If I got him up.
Yeah.
So, because he's got this whole Balenciaga kind of vibe
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, we are buddies.
Yes, yeah.
We are buddies, but I'm not so brand conscious as him at all.
Lovely. Last few questions before we wrap. Afroz Shah is this UN ambassador who's cleaning Versova beach. He cleans it of plastic and the plastic just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
What's happening in the Sinha household? How are you trying to save the planet? So just a couple of things you've done.
I think there's very small changes I think that go a long way, like using plastic less. Like even for your office, I told you that you should be using.
Hashtag Sona first and foremost turned around and said, get rid of the plastic. I've got my own steel one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like these small changes really go a long way. I mean, look at this. There's 6 bottles right here. If you just serve people a glass of water, I think that's more than enough. So these small changes have to be made. Like nobody uses plastic bags in the house anymore. Plastic bottles. Even on shoot, whenever I go, wherever I can, I try and tell people not to use plastic bottles. I think plastic is the main culprit, really. and that'll go a long way if people just make that small change.
Your favorite decade and why? You're 60s kind of girl, 70s kind of girl, 90s kind of girl, or now kind of girl?
I'm a now kind of girl, for sure.
But fashion, you look at the past, and don't you, when you go into
I
the
think it keeps
retro
coming
phase-
back, like these trends. That's what we were taught in fashion school as well. Like every 20 years, a trend comes back. So I don't think I'm missing out on anything, really.
Travel destination that you went to and you said, wow, this is it.
Maldives is my favorite place in the whole world.
Did you dive? Did you like all
Yes,
those
I
courses?
go there like almost every year. At least once I try to go because I love diving and snorkeling.
We're doing something called Run with Radio 1. We're trying to get people to do cardio. I know you do a lot of Pilates.
Awesome,
You're
yeah.
busting a lot of Pilates
No, but I do
moves.
cardio also.
But do you do like long sprints, short ones? Do you do treadmill? Do you do outside?
I walk on the treadmill and I have a stepper at home. For me to do, like, I'm not somebody who really enjoys working out, but I have to do it because I have to stay fit. So I've made sure that I don't skip my cardio by just buying myself a treadmill and a stepper, which is kept right outside my bedroom. So when I open my door, it's right there. I have no choice but to get on it. So yeah, I do that.
I mean, you can't go on the roads because you'll get mobbed. But like when you go abroad, the Maldives, do you get out, just put a hoodie on and just run or walk?
Maldives, you don't even need to put on a hoodie. I think you can just run on the beach. But yeah, when I travel abroad, I really like to walk because I don't get to do that over here on the streets. So I walk. I like to go jogging in the parks. So that's fun for me. That's like something I really look forward to.
Sonakshi, you're lovely. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Cheers.